All right, buckle up for your deep dive into Love Island All-Stars Season 2. We've got articles, cast bios, even some insider gossip. So let's find out if love really deserve a second chance in that villa.
Yeah, you know what's really interesting to me is it's not just a new season. It's almost like reality TV is sort of eating itself.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
These contestants have already had fame, they've had public heartbreak, and now they're going back for more. I wonder how that's going to affect everything.
Yeah, how do you even go back after all that? So anyone needing a refresher, Season 2 starts today, January 13th on ITV2 and ITVX for all our UK listeners. Maya Jama's back hosting, of course. And we've got the one and only Iain Stirling narrating. Still no news on when it's coming to Peacock for the US, but we'll keep you posted.
It's wild that the entire premise of All Stars is that these islanders, they've already been through it all, seen how the game works and how it can mess you up outside the villa. So are they really back for love, or is there something else going on?
Yeah, are they trying to change their image or something? Maybe now that they've got more experience with fame, they think they can get a different outcome. Well, speaking of the Islanders, we've got Curtis Pritchard coming back. Says he's ditching the dancing shoes and wants a serious relationship. Apparently true love hasn't found him yet.
That's an interesting way to put it. Almost like he's saying he wasn't really looking for love the first time around. Or maybe he's just grown up a bit, you know?
Yeah, I mean, think about it. When Curtis was on before, social media wasn't as big of a deal. Now it's like everyone's watching them constantly analyzing if they're being genuine or not. Maybe he feels more pressure to be real this time.
Yeah, or maybe he's realized that actually being vulnerable is the best strategy.
Like that's the way to connect with people.
The stakes are so much higher now, though. It's not just about finding love. It's like you're playing for the public's approval.
And we all know how fickle the public can be.
Yeah, exactly.
And then we've got Catherine Agbaje coming back. She seems super confident, saying Love Island is a proven way to find love. Like, it works. Is that a little naive, do you think?
Well, I mean, on the one hand, we have seen some couples from the show actually make it work long term. So in a way, she's kind of right, but it's definitely not that simple.
Yeah, it's not just showing up and boom, you found your soulmate. There's chemistry, compatibility, and all that will they, won't they stuff that we all love to watch. And then there's Olivia Hawkins, who's hoping to find a good man, as she gets closer to 30. Pretty relatable goal, right?
Absolutely. But it makes you wonder how her age and all her experience will change her approach this time. Will she be more careful or just go all in?
Well, she's an actress and a ring girl, so I mean, she's used to being in the spotlight. Maybe she'll be totally comfortable with the cameras and the whole performance side of things. Elma Pizarro is also back. She's saying she wants the full Love Island experience this time around. Wants a lasting connection like Sophie and Josh or Molly and Tom. Thinks she's setting herself up for disappointment. I mean, those are some pretty iconic couples to live up to.
It's interesting that she's referencing those specific couples, though. Shows how much influence those successful relationships have, both on the show and in real life.
Yeah.
I think people are looking for that fairy tale ending. That proof that Love Island can actually lead to lasting love.
But every relationship is different, right? There's no magic formula.
Exactly.
Plus, you can't forget about the whole fame thing. Those couples, they didn't just find love, they became brands. That adds a whole other level of pressure to a relationship.
Yeah, no kidding.
So Elma might get her fairy tale romance, but it could come with a whole lot of scrutiny.
Totally a whole different ballgame. And speaking of navigating fame, Kaz Crossley is back too. Seems like she's feeling more mature and ready for love. She seemed to have a pretty good time on the show the first time around.
Yeah, she made quite the impression. But the fact that she's back means that even with all the potential downsides of reality TV fame, the whole experience was positive for her overall.
It's almost like she's saying, I learned from my mistakes and now I'm back to do it better.
With a little more wisdom under her belt. Which brings us to Ronnie Vint. He seems to be taking a more mature approach this time. Says he's learned from his relationship with Harriet and is ready for a fresh start.
Yeah, I think it's really important that he's acknowledging his past mistakes and showing growth. Self-awareness and a willingness to learn those are attractive qualities in a partner.
Especially in a high-pressure environment like the villa where everyone's trying to look their best. And last but not least, we have Gabby Allen, making her grand return to the villa 8 years after her first time. She's killing it with her businesses, but still hasn't found the one.
Wow, 8 years, that's a huge gap. Makes you wonder how she'll handle being back in that environment, but with a totally different mindset. Will she be like the wise veteran guiding the younger Islanders, or will she get sucked back into all the drama?
That's a great question. It really highlights how unique this season is going to be. We've got this mix of personalities, motivations, and past experiences, and they all know the game now. What do you think about the potential dynamics? Will we see more strategy, more alliances, maybe even some old rivalries resurfacing?
I mean, they've got this insider knowledge now. They've seen the show from both sides. As contestants and viewers, it's got to change how they play the game, right?
Yeah, you'd think so. Will they be more strategic, or could it actually help them make more genuine connections?
That's the big question, isn't it? I mean, they've all had that taste of reality TV fame, the good and the bad, you know. They've seen how quickly public opinion can change.
Yeah, and how brutal social media can be. Like, some of them have probably seen what happened to past Islanders who weren't totally themselves, or who just made decisions that the viewers didn't like.
Right, so maybe some of them will be more guarded this time, less willing to be open and honest because they're afraid of being judged.
But wouldn't that make it harder to actually connect with someone? If you're always holding back?
It's a tough balance for sure. They want to find love, but they also don't want to get hurt again.
Romantically or publicly?
Right.
So the ones who do well will be the ones who can find that balance. Being authentic, but still aware of the game.
You got to be vulnerable enough to connect, but also savvy enough to handle the pressure.
Yeah, it's a tough gig. And then just when they think they've got it figured out, boom, new bombshells arrive.
Oh, yeah. Gotta love those bombshells.
Yeah.
They always bring the drama.
It's going to be interesting to see how the OG Islanders react. Like, do they stay loyal or get tempted?
And for the bombshells, it's their chance to make a splash. Shake things up, maybe steal someone's heart.
I'm picturing all those strategic conversations.
Yeah.
Side-eye glances, late-night whispers.
Well, it's gonna be good TV for sure.
But even with all the drama, you still have that hope that some of them might actually find love.
Right. That's what keeps us coming back for more. That belief that love can conquer all, even on a reality show.
And let's not forget about that 50,000-pound prize for the winning couple.
Yeah, that's gotta be tempting. Might even be a deciding factor for some. But we've also seen couples choose love over money.
Yeah.
You know, split the prize or donate it.
It all comes back to that question, are they in it for love or for fame and fortune?
It's a tough one to answer. I think it's different for everyone.
Yeah.
Some are definitely looking for a real connection, but others might just see it as a way to boost their career.
And maybe some are hoping for both. But can they really separate those things?
I know that's what makes this season so interesting. It's like a social experiment.
Yeah.
How do these people balance wanting love, fame, and validation?
Especially with the whole world watching.
It's a lot of pressure.
So who do you think will handle it the best?
I think the ones who are self-aware,
Yeah.
who know what they want and stay true to themselves.
Yeah, you got to be genuine, or the viewers will see right through you.
Totally. Authenticity is key.
So knowing all this about these Islanders and how this season is different, do you think they'll play the game differently?
I definitely think we'll see more strategy and awareness this time around. They're not newbies anymore. They know how the show works, and they know how to make good TV.
But does that mean they'll be less likely to find a real connection?
That's the question, isn't it? Can they be strategic, but also let their guard down?
I mean, some might be tempted to play it safe, right? Avoid putting themselves out there because they don't want to get hurt again.
Especially with everyone watching and judging their every move.
Yeah, it's like they're under a microscope.
Every little thing is magnified.
So how do you think they'll handle it? Will we see more meltdowns? More alliances?
I think it really depends on the person. Some people thrive under pressure. They use it to their advantage.
Right.
But others might completely fall apart.
Retreat or lash out.
Exactly.
It's like a big psychology experiment.
Seeing how they deal with love, fame, and just trying to protect themselves.
And we get the best seats in the house.
Yeah, it's going to be fascinating.
It's not just about who ends up together. It's about how they deal with the challenges and the heartbreak.
And of course, the surprises.
Because there are always surprises. We're basically watching them grow up in real time.
Seeing how they've changed since the last time they were in the villa.
It's definitely more than just a dating show.
It's like a study of human nature.
How we react to pressure and temptation.
And the whole allure of fame.
So what are we most excited to see this season?
I'm really curious to see how their past experiences will affect their decisions. Will they make the same mistakes, or will they learn from them? And of course, I can't wait to see what the bombshells do.
Oh yeah, those bombshells are going to shake things up for sure.
New love triangles maybe expose some weaknesses.
It's going to be a wild ride.
No doubt.
And we'll be here to break it all down for you. The strategies, the heartbreak, and hopefully some genuine connections.
So, get your popcorn ready, folks.
It's Love Island All-Stars, and the game is on.
We'll see you next time when we go over the first episode.
And share our predictions for the rest of the season. Until then, let us know what you think. Who do you think will find love? Who's going to crack under pressure? And who's going to be the ultimate player?
We want to hear your theories. And don't forget to follow us on social media for all the latest updates.
We'll have behind-the-scenes stuff and, of course, our deep dives into the psychology of it all.
This is going to be fun.
Thanks for joining us for your deep dive into Love Island All-Stars. We'll see you next time.